Look, all I'm saying is if Davey don't like school, he could... Oh my God, Mildred, it's happening. Get the camera. Get over here to this glass door. Let's Rolling in the Geek podcast is spinning up. It's going to be a good one. Go get the camera, Mildred, quick.
Hello, I'm Ken Brown, and you are now entering Riven, the Shattered Continent. Co-conspirators, please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Marcos Pissarro. I'm an Alacocra monk from the sanctuary of Old Kaido, and I am portrayed by Nick Simpson.
And I am Trevor Ironjaw, forge cleric and renowned pottery maker, portrayed by Brad Konauer.
Thanks, team, and thank you for joining us. Pull up a chair and join our table for Rolling in the Geek. Hi, it's Ken, your Dungeon Master here, and on behalf of my co-conspirators, we humbly ask that if you are enjoying what you're hearing, to please rate and or review us on Apple Podcasts or whichever listening platform you prefer. It helps us get noticed, and it takes a village to raise a podcast. Thank you, and now back to three idiots playing D&D. Last time on Rolling in the Geek. The ritual leader, after sacrificing the elf, superpowers himself and continues to battle the group. The pesky trapezoids break their concentration on the ritual since it failed and attack the group as well. When the ritual leader realizes that he has been defeated, he opts to self-destruct, dealing a large amount of damage to the team and killing the rest of the kobolds in the room. But in doing so, he KOs Marcus and Shadow. Trevor runs to Marcus, his new friend's aid, and Puffles? Yeah, Puffles goes and stabilizes Shadow. Harkos has the great idea to venture deeper into the tunnel to try to find out what the light source is, and starts to find trace amounts of veins of that rainbow stone that they found in the daggers and that the dais was made out of, that the altar was made of. There's a lot of made-ofs in that. We're just going to roll with it because it's one of those nights. The team cares for the wounded and then heads back to town to lick their wounds and turn over Ansagar. But when they get to Jorik's office, they overhear a conversation where Elian wants to collapse the mine and trap everyone inside. And that is where we pick the action back up, that freeze frame on Trevor and Harkos duo kicking the door open.
Duo. Blowing the door off the hinges with super feats.
Okay, this will inevitably, I'm sure it's in Trevor's mind as well, this will dictate some of the choices that we're about to make. Is the time lapse between last time on and right now time on, did that heal us at all? Did we sleep?
No,
Okay.
you are where you were.
That means, Trevor, if you want to get in a fight, I'm sure if you look anything like Harkos does, we're probably going to die, but we'll die for a good damn reason.
Look, on a 0 to 20 scale, I'm still looking at it 5 at least.
Oh, that must feel pretty nice to you, because on a 0 to 17 scale, I feel about like a 1.
Oh dear Lord.
Woo, this is gonna be good. We're gonna take out the mayor with 6 HP.
No, we got Ansagar on our side. What are you talking about?
Just do like
He's
a
there
really
with
quick.
us, right?
Hold on, guys. I gotta do a blood transfusion really quick. You just stab a fucking straw into Ansagar's arm and
With a long hose connected to it. We're just running. He's just laying in the doorway and we're running around the room like, ah!
That's one option. Or Trevor and I use him as an improvised weapon.
that is an option. I'm not saying it's a great option, but it is an option.
I mean, if we smack him into enough stuff, his little flashlight will probably kick on, and we don't know what that does to normal people. So
That's true.
Unfortunately,
That's how flashlights work. I use one at work every day. I know how that works. If the battery's a little low, you smack it a few times, light comes on.
A fucking flashlight that pops up every morning at like 6 a.m. hurts my eyes, so
Nah.
that makes me run away under my blankets.
That's the sun.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Shit, biggest planet in our solar system.
What?
What?
Okay.
Look, I don't do good in math, okay? Shit's difficult.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys kick this door open and see Elian, along with 2 of his household guard, and Jorik. What do you do? 'Cause it's obvious that you just startled the shit out of everybody in this room because they were not expecting the door to come flying open. So currently you have you have a moment if you were wanting to do anything crazy.
All right, so give me the lowdown real fast again. What did we hear before we violently kicked the door open? Because I have what my headcanon says, and then I have what I'm pretty sure is actually happening.
I am really curious what your headcanon says, but we could address that later. So you heard Jorik get really upset and say, paraphrasing, but are you actually suggesting that we collapse the mine? We have people in there right now.
And did
Ilian Tinley.
Did Stupid Head say anything?
No, he has not said anything. You just heard
You just
heard
kicked the door
Jorik's
open.
response to whatever was said before.
Okay, so door gets violently kicked open, and
R.A.P.
I'm
door.
I'm giving Ansigar as much of a huck into the room as I can, like slide, not trying to huck him through the air, but like slide him across the fucking floor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and I'm going to say, the hero of Tom is quite the coward, and it sounds as though you are also.
Yes, exactly. Which mine is this that you think you're going to cave in? And Harkos will have like brought himself like full on like soldier stance, like pulled himself all the way together.
Oh yeah,
feeling all hoity-toity and high and mighty, and he's got his fucking spear like playing it on the ground, like tip up, but like holding it in front of him, giving the impression that he's very ready to fight, but he's not ready.
Yeah, we're squaring up. So after I slid Ansigar, while I'm saying that, I'm puffing out my chest, the tough guy thing, and putting my hammer two-handed and all that good stuff.
Many of the feathers are ruffled on Harkos. So you see a moment of panic on Elian's face, and then relief. I am so pleased to see that you have actually come out of the mine. Now we can actually proceed with the plan, correct, Jorik? I would never have suggested that we actually collapse the thing while people were still in there. Of course not.
You should stop speaking for a moment. Jorik, what was said here?
Well, you will be silent. You do not have any authority to speak when I am in the room unless I tell you to.
It's going to be quite hard for you to speak if you get knocked out with my hammer. And I'm done dealing with things right now, as this man has already put our entire party in danger.
I can concur.
You mean to threaten me?
That's all you, Trevor.
Tumbleweed comes rolling across the office floor.
I'm giving him the stank eye. I'm not even justifying him with an answer.
I am the mayor of this town. The only reason that you're here is because of me.
Technically, the only reason we're here is because you couldn't seem to protect it from the monsters that were pouring out of your mountain and down your mountain.
You think that I asked for this? I did not want this.
Well, you did continue digging deeper into the mountain when your town seems to be doing just fine before, and now you've awoken something. You've interrupted something and brought. And now, also, did we not get sent down there because I brought up the idea that things were tunneling beneath the town, and you'd like to close off our only way to go down there and stop them from possibly causing these earthquakes? Because I mean, you would be surprised to hear what we found, but I don't know if you had more earthquakes up here, but we definitely had some down there because of what was happening. And I mean, if you close it off, no one's going to be able to stop your town from caving in on itself.
And the amount of kobolds that have shown their faces up here is nothing compared to what we have eliminated in the mines. And I'm sure there's more, but due to this coward, we had to cut our trip short and come up. So, I would like the true story from my friend Jorik. If you would, please.
Roll a... let's call it persuasion.
I hope that was a good giggle.
That's an 11 giggle.
Oh, fuck you. Trevor's such a piece of shit.
Look.
Okay.
Due to the day job, I know what a persuader is, and Trevor has a two-handed version. So let me tell you.
I'll give you that one.
Okay, so Elian's had enough of your shit, and he says, "How dare you threaten me and try to bring one of my subjects to rise against me in rebellion? Guards, get them!" And roll for initiative.
All right.
Trevor, what did I fucking say?
I have a 17. Because I couldn't get that on fucking persuasion.
I have a 16.
So, since talking's a free action, I just had something.
Oh, man, that's a shame, isn't it? Harkos, what'd you get?
A 16.
Okay.
So, since talking's a free action, I'm going to say, if you don't have anything to hide, then what Jorik says should not matter.
Okay. and they're not stopping. They're coming at you. Though,
Cool.
Trevor, you have first initiative.
Sweet. So, I'm going to...
I don't think tisking the guards is going to do
Yeah.
much.
I'm gonna Sacred Flame one of the guards.
Okay. I will roll their dexterity save. That is... So they got a 16 on the die. That beats your...
That beats my 14.
Yeah.
By a good bit there.
All right. So you hold out the hammer and fire this bolt off, and the guard ducks out of the way of it.
I don't know about this because this is still new to me. But does the help action from Kingsley do anything for that? Because I've only been using it for melee attacks.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think that it's just like help gives you advantage on an attack roll, or like you could help Harkos pick a lock, like that like there's those kind of things that you have to roll for that it gives advantage, but for this, no.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because, like I said, I've only been using it for melee attacks, so I wasn't 100% on.
And, I mean, if you have spell attacks that he can give you advantage on those too.
Ones that actually use the attack roll.
Yeah, but saving throws, I don't think it can cause a disadvantage.
Okay, I was just checking.
As far as I know, don't yell at us, listeners, if I'm wrong.
Definitely yell at us and let us know that we're wrong. And then
by the time that you yell at us, one of us has probably already looked up the rule and yelled at the other. So it's fine.
I mean,
you don't have to.
I looked it up just now, and he's basically right, because it says, the creature you aid gains advantage on ability check. It makes it perform tap, blah, blah, blah. Alternatively, you can aid a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. Basically, you feint, distract the target, or in some other way team up to make your ally's attack more effective. Okay. Your ally attacks the target before your next turn. The first attack roll is made with advantage. So it is an attack roll, so I don't... Because most spells don't have an attack roll, I don't think it would carry.
Yeah.
For the record...
It's probably a DM call, but ours made his.
For the record, if... for some weird reason, Jeremy Crawford happens to listen to this episode and wants to yell at us and tell us that we need to do this the right way, I think it's proper. Let the man do what he wants.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so Trevor, anything else you want to do with your turn? Or that you can do with your turn?
So, they still see the bolt of flame, yeah?
Yes, definitely.
And our current canon for this is that it's kind of coming off of my hammer.
Yes.
So okay, so I'm going to point with my hammer at Ilian and tell the guards, I do not wish to do this, but if you do not halt, the next one goes at him.
Roll an intimidation check.
I might get old intimidation.
Make an intimidation check.
Thank you, Nick. That's an 18. I hope that makes it.
At least I helped. I mean, whether it makes it or not, I'm glad I helped with big numbers.
I'd like to think that you did help.
Yeah.
You can think that, but Ken laughed.
But Ken's chuckling.
Well, they rolled an insight against you, and they rolled a natural 20 on it. Thank you, Elder Dice. Because I think that this is more fun. So they kind of stop for a second because they got their weapons out. They're gonna getting ready to start heading at you, and you fire off the bolt and you point it at Elian and you say, I don't want to do this, and they're like, oh, he looks fucked up, we could take him, and then they come back at you. So
Cool.
Harkos, it's your turn.
Okay, fuck. So I have I have a thing in my head that I'm like, this would be kind of cool if I, to try and deceive them. But I don't know if that would count as my action. Because if it does, I think I should actually make not that I think we should fight these guys, but I think I should make. And no, you know what? I'm gonna do the other one because if I fight, I might die. So, Harkos is going to, because we know from last time that this can be done for free, I'm going to put my spear on my back, and then he's going to go into one of the stances that he heard from or not that he heard, that he learned at the sanctuary, and it's going to be, I think it's actually it's a yoga pose. I think it's called a tree pose or something. But it's you put the base of your foot against your other leg, so you're on the one leg, very flamingo-esque. And I want him to fan out his wings to their full wingspan on his back, and he's gonna have his hands clasped in front of him, palm to palm, and he's going to make the kind of the same threat that Trevor did. And his hands are going to come apart and almost form as if he was going to a very anime style, a spirit bomb or some shit was going to start forming his hands. And I ain't got no fucking magic. So his hands are going to do that, and he's just going to place his head, he's going to lower his head, and he's going to go, I also do not wish to have any sort of quarrel in this room, but if this is the way things must go, I am sorry. And then I'm going to start saying random shit in Arabic.
Yes!
Fuck it, roll an intimidation check.
Nice. Whew. That's a dirty 20.
Oh,
All right.
All right. I'm gonna roll their insight.
I just
Oh,
I'm
shit.
just gonna say random Eric Okra shit.
Oh my god.
Fuck you.
I'll send a fucking picture of it to you if you want.
I'm
man.
convinced. I'm convinced. Not that you did something, but there is some fault in those dice that they land on 20 more frequently because they're weighted wrong. And I'm not saying it was on purpose. I'm not saying you bought them because you tested them and found that out. I'm just saying you get so many fucking... nobody gets that many 20s on that kind of dice. Not even Gary Gygax has ever had that many 20s in his fucking life. So tell us what you rolled, because you haven't said it out loud yet.
Well, I am looking at the Astral Elder sign on top of my die right now, which is the second time in as many rolls that it's happened. I think that the dice need this to happen, whatever's going to happen.
That's cool. That's super cool.
Then my question then is that my action?
I gave Trevor the opportunity, so I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to screw you when I didn't screw him, so...
Brad, should I make stabby stabs at one of the bad guys since none of this is working, or should we go quietly into submission?
How big's the room?
10 by 10. It is not
10
very
by
big.
10.
No,
How tall?
I'd say like 15 by 10. It's a pretty decent size office.
Is
so
it
there's
15
not like...
up to?
Huh?
Is it 15 up to?
I'd say more like 10 up.
Okay, here's my thought. If we want to meta this a little bit, because that's kind of what we're doing. I think you should fly up and over them and land by Ilion.
See, I also had this thought.
Because you've got Jorik as backup over there. Obviously, he's on our side.
The only thing that was preventing me from doing that had crossed my mind is with the room size, because I didn't ask because I just assumed it might be kind of small. If I did go up and over, would I provoke any sort of attacks of opportunity with where they are and however high above them I could be? Like, would I be within a range that the way I move they would be able to strike me?
I am going to say yes, they would. Because they interposed themselves between you and Elian. And I'm going to say that I probably... Yeah, they would. I'm just going to drop that now. They're going to.
Damn. Never mind then.
I was going to say, because I could try, but I mean, if they breathe on me funny,
It's game over.
I'm coming down from the sky, and I'm coming down with a horrid vengeance.
Yeah, no.
I could throw my
wouldn't-
spear.
I wouldn't risk it.
No, you're within melee range already. Like, again, it's not a very big room. And
I'm saying at,
you could throw it at Elian. Okay, well, that's an option.
Or I could throw it next to Elian as a threat, but then I don't have a spear. I could throw a dart. I have darts.
Or you can
I
attack
don't
the
know.
guards.
I think threats are over. We're just going to have to take out guards.
So you think I should attack a guard?
I'm saying I'm going to.
It's very okay. Then I mean, if Trevor's gonna die, I'll die with him. Like,
All right.
we've made it what? What is this? This is 12. We've made it 12
Yep,
episodes.
12 episodes.
11 and a bit.
Counts the whole.
So I'm gonna strike out at a guard with my versatile spear,
Okay.
and I'm gonna backhand him as well with my bonus punchy punch
Okay.
if I am able to.
Roll your attack.
18.
That definitely hits.
Yay!
Alright.
And then I'm just gonna roll this. Fuck it. I'll do this instead first. Where is my diamond? There's my diamond. That is a 8 piercing damage from the spear.
Okay.
And-
That you land a very solid hit on this guard, and he looks very much worse for the wear.
And so the way I want that to happen is when I see that nothing, like I kind of pop open an eye and see that they're still advancing, I'm gonna go, right, I guess you didn't buy it. And then I'm gonna grab the spear and then I'll thrust forward with that attack.
Okay.
And then I'm actually... Do I... I can't make Trevor make all my decisions. I wanted to ask if I should smack the same guy or if I should hit the other one, and I think I'm just gonna smack the same guy because fuck him.
If you don't want to kill him, you can definitely call it non-lethal.
Oh yeah, I most definitely do not want to kill the guards of the mayor, but because I mean if we're already going to prison, I don't want multiple counts. So I'm just gonna after doing the stabby stabs, I'm gonna bring up a foot to dude's face.
Okay.
That's another 18.
Yep, that hits.
So then I just need a D4, and that's just plus my dex stuff. Because that's dex and proficiency, right?
Your damage is just your dex.
Dex. Okay. That's what
Dex and proficiency for the 2-hit and dex for the damage.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So I did that right. Okay. So then that's another 6 piercing damage.
Okay. So you stab, and then you said you were bringing your foot up to noggin space. So you stab in, lean back, and drive the foot forward, and you crack him right in the bridge of the nose, and he
non-lethal,
and you see his eyes kind of roll into the back of his head, and he falls backwards and lands on the ground.
All right.
And I'm gonna do like the little. I'm gonna come back down to the ground real low, like a little ninja, and then I'm gonna bring myself back up and be like, I do not wish to continue. We simply wanted to have a conversation. That's it.
Okay. And it all good for your turn then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it is now the guard's turn. And the one guard that's still standing will go, Weldon, no! You hurt my friend! And he's going to make an attack against you, Harkos.
No! I'm going to interpose.
You can't do that.
Watch me.
That is a 22 to hit.
That does not hit Harkos. He's in ninja mode. He already said this.
He did say this. But he still hit. So that was 3 damage, Harkos.
Harkos is unconscious.
Okay, Trevor, you see this guard rush forward, and with the fury of 1,000 suns, cuts down your friend. And now, it is Jorik's turn.
As while Jorik takes his turn, this is mainly for Trevor and for the audience, I guess, and for me because I feel like it would happen. It's for everybody. Let's just call it what it is. As Harkos goes down, he's just gonna go, Cassie, as he falls to the floor. That's the last thought to go through his mind before he blacks out.
Oh, now you're making me feel guilty.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I making you feel guilty, Ken? Am I making you feel guilty when I opened this recording session with, just so you know, I'm on like 1 health? Not that I didn't want you to strike me, but I apologize that you feel guilty for beating me while I'm down.
So Jorik, like I told you, he was standing up on top of his chair. He had his hand on his sword. And so, like, kind of superhero pose, like with the fist down on the table. And you see, as soon as Harkos gets struck down, that he flips over the table and lands on his feet behind this guy and draws his sword to attack him. Okay, that is a 16 total, and that will hit.
Say, you better roll good, because that was really fucking impressive. If he misses, you need to roll again, because the dice are lying.
And then that's a 20-something to hit. That's definitely... Okay, so he lands 2 2 hits on the guard. Okay, so you see he does the flip, lands, strikes at the guy's back once, and then grabs him at the back of the neck on the armor, and with a surprising amount of strength, wings the dude into the wall, and then he slumps down unconscious.
Damn!
Fuck!
Don't you dare mess with Harkos! And then he runs over to try to tend to Harkos.
Nice.
But Trevor, it is your turn. Jorek can't do anything with his turn. He used his action, so he can't do anything to try to get Harkos stabilized. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to use my Persuader on Ilian.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck!
Lethally?
I'm not trying to kill him as much as Brad wants to. Trevor is just trying to persuade him into unconsciousness.
Well, fuck, if Brad wants to, let's just go grab him out of the barracks real quick and bring him in here.
Ah!
All right, well, roll your attack on Elian.
So I'm going to look up at Ilian because we're not, like, neck to neck yet.
No,
Right?
no.
I still have to go across the room.
Yeah, you're like a few steps away from him.
So I'm going to look up at him and glare, and I'm going to go, Kingsley, get him.
And Kingsley is on your shoulder right now, and caws, and you hear a ruffle of feathers, and he darts right at Elian to give you an opening.
And then, since it really doesn't matter, I don't have to run, I'm going to walk calmly towards Ilian.
Oh, this damn bird is all up in my face. Ah! Oh! Uh-oh. Go ahead and make your attack.
And then when I get within range, like, we're pulling back for the home run swing is my goal here. Like, Brad wants to knock his head off. Trevor wants to knock him hard enough that he's unconscious. Trevor doesn't really know what that is. Like,
Trevor just happened to notice some common sense laying on the floor when we walked in the room. He's just going to knock it back into him. 'Cause it seems like he's the only one without it in this room, so that's the only logical place for it to go. That's all Trevor's trying to do.
Right. So
Hammer, meet, nail.
roll 1 is a 15.
Okay.
Roll 2's a nat 20.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
That's 3 20s already in this episode.
That is, and that's disturbing. It also
must be
means
nice
that
for you
there's
guys.
It also means there's no 20s for tomorrow's home game.
I mean, that's
Hey, that's
usually how it
okay
goes.
for you to not have them.
Says you.
Says both of us. You're outnumbered.
So
Josh would agree.
that is, let's see, that's a flat 13 then.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I'm maximizing my first die.
Yep.
So flat 13. Plus 7. So 20.
Okay. So you pull back the hammer for the home run swing, and as soon as you drive it into him, you hear, and he. But I'm gonna say that you like hit him in the gut really hard with this hammer, and he immediately throws up some bile.
Oh God.
Can I, before he passes out, can I, like, grab him by the collar?
He's not passed out.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
Nope.
oh, he's not?
Nope.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. Let's fucking do this then.
Harkos, it is your turn. Make a death saving throw. So it's a D20, and you need to get over a 10.
I'll definitely make it. Don't you fucking worry about it. Please make it. I got on a 10. What does that mean? Is that
That
a
is
guess?
one. That is one success.
Okay.
Woo!
So that is the guard's turn. and that means that it's Elian's turn. And so he hacks up a little bit more shit, and then, well, what is he gonna do?
Does this really need to go on more?
He looks up at you and he says, yes, I think it does. Okay. And he puts a hand on you to do something.
Bad touch! Bad touch!
So that is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that would get me.
Okay, that is 12 damage.
That's it? Only 12?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm passed out.
So he puts a hand on you, and you see electricity arc off of his hand and through, like, straight into your brain and just conks you out.
Well, that's fun.
This is going to get a little touchy here. So Jorik uses his turn to use his lay hands ability and gives Harkos 10 HP. So Harkos, you are back up.
All right.
Woo!
In the same before I even hit the ground.
Like you come to as you see Trevor's
Trevor
passed
just
out.
fucking giant.
Yeah.
On the plus side, at least Shit for Brains has a little bile on his lip from spitting that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Trevor's gonna come to. Harko's gonna come to and go. Oh, I wasn't napping. I was Trevor.
All right, and Trevor, it is your turn for a death saving throw. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, never mind. So that's all that Jorik can do. So yeah, death saving throw.
Okay, that's also a 10 on the die.
Yep. So one success for you.
Better knock that shit off.
No kidding.
And Harkos, that makes it your turn.
Oh boy. Okay, so can I see? Because when I went down, there was still a guard up. I know that Jorik's been doing some shit. Am I able to tell that Ilian's the one who took Trevor down?
Yes, definitely. Like, you
Okay.
can still see electricity kind of arcing around on his hands.
So, and can I look over at Trevor? Can I, like, see that he's breathing, like his chest is rising and falling, like he's still chill, yeah?
You know what? Make a medicine check.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Bad things are about to happen, Brad. If I can't see that you're alive, I'm gonna make some very bad decisions. I got a 13 on that medicine check.
Okay, yeah, you can see that he's breathing.
Okay.
Well, either way, I condone your bad decisions.
So Harkos is going to pick himself up off the floor, like using his spear to like raise himself, and he's going to start making strides towards Ilian. He's going to be like, I don't know what it is with you uppity people here in Iron's Edge, but I told Ansigar in the mines, and I will tell you again right now. And I'm going to strike out with the spear. Only I get to beat up Trevor! I did say that when Ansigar came over and grabbed Trevor by the collar.
That was the muffled,
yeah,
muffled
So,
Ansigar.
I'm gonna go for him with the spear. That is a natural 20.
Oh,
All
there's
right!
Yes.
Yes!
And because I made my medicine check, if push comes to shove, this is non-lethal. If I would have thought Trevor was dead, I definitely was going to try and kill the mayor, because that Harkos was not going to let his only friend die to some... And then Trevor's going to get back up and... Trevor, I may have messed up. Okay,
Bad
so...
decisions were made!
We need to leave now. Meanwhile, Jorik's like, I can hide you. Yes, let's do that. Okay, so base 8. plus 7, so 15 piercing damage.
Damn. Okay.
And then I'm going to do another kick, but because I'm feeling froggy, I'm going to do a bicycle kick to his little chinny chin chin.
Okay, yeah. So you stab into his shoulder. You can see he's not. It's not like he's ready to pass out, but he looks hurt.
Good. I fucking hope so. He hurt my friend. That is a 19.
To hit, yeah.
Okay. And then this is... What the fuck did I do with my D4? There it is. There's not a problem with having too much dice. You're a liar. And then that's just... what is it? My dex is 4. That's 5 piercing damage.
Okay. All right. So he is starting to look quite wounded. That makes it his turn.
The last little bit of my turn is like, I know I already spoke, but as I'm finishing, I'm going to kind of not back out of his like range or whatever, but I'm going to back off, quote unquote, and go, "Are you ready to talk yet?" Just as my thing, because we are just trying to talk.
Yeah, pretty much.
We just talked aggressively, and he didn't appreciate it. I understand. I'm not saying that he's a bad
Right.
guy. We definitely did it to ourselves.
We were definitely aggressive, but fuck him.
But he could also back off. He could be the bigger person, which he's not. And neither are we. Phil's the biggest person, and he's not here, so...
Okay, can you... so it's his turn, and he points at you and says, it looks like there's... Are you infested with bird mites? And you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I will make this Constitution saving throw. Did you hear me that, dice? I said I'm going to make it. The Constitution... I'm not going to make it. It's an 11.
Okay, that does not succeed.
Mother...
So you feel just shit crawling all over you, and you see these little black bugs start crawling out from your feathers. And that does 9 poison damage to you.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, so...
Harkos is going to excessively freak out, though, because, I mean, it's his feathers, so...
Yeah. I knew I'd get you with that one. So, Brad, Trevor.
Yes.
High or low?
Which die are you using?
I only ever use my Astral Elder Sign Elder Dice.
I'm going high then.
All right. So if I do roll high, he is going... Jorik is going to get you back up. If I roll low, he's going to try to take out the mayor.
Okay.
And that... Jesus Christ!
Is that another 20?
That is another fucking 20! What
Holy
the fuck is
shit!
going on?
Weird, it's like someone mentioned that your die was tampered with, unbeknownst to you.
Jesus Christ.
This episode has to be named something about 20s.
Apparently. Dear Lord. So, Jorik stands up and runs over to Trevor and says, "Well, this is all I got in the tank." And then he, like, rubs his hands together and then, clear! And boop! And so he gives you 10 as well. That's all I got. Don't die again.
Oh, much appreciated.
Okay. And that makes it your turn.
All right.
On Trevor's turn, I want you to know, Trevor, that when Harkos sees you get up out of the corner of his eyes, Trevor, they're in my feathers! Trevor, please!
I'd say that even in your kind of disoriented, you just got back up state, you can see that there is the remnants of lots of bugs.
Oh, ew. Ew. Perhaps it was something from the mine. So,
They are itchy!
Definitely going to give him a swing again.
Okay.
So, going to stand up and say, nah, I'm not going to say anything. Except for, Kingsley, let's finish it this time.
Caw! And he jumps off of the desk where he kind of perched himself on to stay out of the way and flaps over to right in front of Elian's face, giving you the opportunity.
That's an 18 on the die.
Okay, that will definitely hit.
Which would be like a, 20...
Yeah, it's
3?
It's gonna be enough.
And that's a 15 on the die.
All right, so, yeah. So the either or hit.
Okay.
He's just excited, kid. Let him say his
I'm
big
very
numbers.
excited. Look, I like the math. No, not really.
I hate the man.
12 points of damage.
Whew. All right, so Kingsley flaps over and distracts Elian, and as he's swiping, you come in and you drop him. So how do you knock him out? Are you going? Are you still going for knockout, or are you going for kill now?
No, I'm still going for knockout. You know what the fuck I'm doing to knock his ass out? So this time, we full force golf swing this shit. I'm hitting him in the freaking balls.
He's not going to have kids.
I don't care.
Isn't there a rule you don't do that?
Boom!
I mean, there was before he tried to seal us inside a mine. There was a rule.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you four right into the cojones, and oh shit, what was that fucking movie? Was it a Hot Shots movie where he does that and the walnuts come out of the dude's mouth?
I think it was. I think you're right.
Was it Saddam Hussein that it happened? No, it was one of the henchmen. I don't remember. Now I'm gonna have to find out. But that for some reason, Elian just happened to have 2 walnuts in his mouth that he spits out.
So
It was a spell focus.
So I connect and I say, if you thought we wouldn't notice, you're nuts. You're welcome.
My God. All right, Harkos is leaving the campaign for like the 15th time. God. I thought I made bad puns. I mean, come on.
I gotta get a few in.
Fucking dad comb over, dad jokes. What the fuck?
Yeah, so Elian falls into a crumpled heap, just crying. And then passes out. He has to cry first. Just big old tears. And then
Big old lady tears.
So we have rope in our packs, yeah?
Yeah, and one of you used rope for... No, you used the spider. Spider
We
silk
had
on.
Marcus take care of it. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and hog tie Elian the same freaking way.
Okay. You done hog tie him.
Sweet. And now I'm gonna look at Jorik and say, so, now that that's over, what did he say?
Do you want I should do the same to the guards, or should we just let them wake up? I don't.
Well, we have a small brig. I don't know if brig is the right word because we're not at sea, but we could throw the guards in there for now.
Yes, let's put them in your land brig. Yes, I agree.
Yes, the land brig. I think jail, but it's not really a jail just because we have a couple of cells just here in the barracks just in case. But yeah, we'll go with land brig.
I like this term.
So you guys get the guards deposited before they wake up, and then retire back to Elian's office where Ansigar and and Elian are both tied up. And I'm gonna, just for giggles. He does a really shitty job at it, but when you get back in, Ansigar is like trying to cut the spider silk like against the edge of the desk. And you come in, he goes.
Must I persuade you also?
Well, at least we know that he's not only bad at hitting kobolds, he's also quite proficient at hitting spider silk with the corner of a desk. He's just as good at that as well. Lucky for us.
I wasn't trying to do nothing.
No, yes, of course not. Just like you're the champion of wherever you're from.
I'm the champion of corn.
What's that? I couldn't quite hear you over the bullshit in your mouth. It's way too confident for Harkos. That didn't happen.
Oh, I like it.
I do too, but Harkos is not. I mean, I hate this situation just as much as everybody else, but that is not true to form. Like, that's definitely, it went through Harkos' head, but it did not make it past his beak. He was like, I should say this next time when I'm more confident and not scared about being beaten up again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have some kind of cool thing to say? No? Okay.
No,
I'll just sit back here.
Ken's being an ass.
You get the guards deposited, you come back, you find that, you have the little exchange with Ansigar, and Jorik will kind of he's having a hard time right now. You could tell that he's not handling this current situation well. Like, he looks panicked. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, we just fucking beat up and hogtied the mayor in his office, and he helped. I understand. I'm not feeling too great right now either.
Well, I don't think I can get court-martialed, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get fired.
I mean, technically, it's not really your fault. I mean, I had that part where I laid down and pretended to be a distraction of deathness for a little bit. I definitely didn't fall. It was on purpose that I laid down, and I didn't see what happened during that time, but I'm pretty sure Trevor and I took out the mayor, so if anyone's in trouble, I mean, you were simply sticking up for your soldiers, I guess?
Well, thanks for the backup there, but I don't think that anybody's gonna see it that way, but well, here's the lowdown. I don't like that we've hid this, but there was only a few people that knew about it. And I was one of them, and of course Elian was, and but the main reason that Elian was so concerned about the monsters is that it's not just iron that we get out of this mountain. There's something else that has been found down there that nobody else has been able to get.
I'm gonna show him the chunk of stone,
and I'm gonna produce the dagger.
Oh, yep, that's it. Apparently you found it. You kind of proved why Elian was concerned.
So, again, what was being said when we came into the room?
You're kind of interrupted me, and I was trying to explain the whole situation, give you a little bit of backstory on Iron's Edge and shit. But if you wanna interrupt me, that's fine.
No, please, Harkos was enjoying the backstory. Please ignore Trevor. He's kind of dim sometimes, especially when it gets this late in the evening. After his day job, he gets very pushy on what he would like to do next.
He wants to swing a persuader more, apparently.
He forgets himself sometimes.
Well, so once upon a time, in Iron's Edge, the town did start off as a just pure mining town for iron. But as we got deeper into the mountain, well, this was before I actually came here, but that the miners started to find that stone, and it's not in any records or anything like that. So we kind of made our own name for it, which is Draco Rock, like Draco Rock, like it Draco Rock. Okay, yeah.
Down at Draco Rock.
So
No.
But this dragon rock that we've been pulling out of the mountain, the reason that it was being kept such a secret is that its innate properties to block out the ley line magic.
Oh.
It does more than that.
Well, the main use that it's been for is that we've been sending it back to Aetherport because they use it for the trains and other other vehicles that go along the ley lines, because it blocks that magic from piercing through, so people can actually ride in the trains and not get killed by it. But for some reason they were wanting to keep it secret, so we were all sworn to secrecy that we couldn't talk about it with anybody. And the miners, they just thought that it was just a different vein of iron that they were getting into. Most of them are, I hate to say, but most of them were uneducated, and that their entire lives were spent in the mine. So, they didn't think to ask questions, and they got paid well enough to not have to worry about asking questions.
So he wanted to close us in there because we may ask questions.
Well, the thing is that if he perceived any kind of problem with his ability to sell and traffic in this dragon rock, then he would kill for that.
Wonderful.
Well, from what we saw down in the mine, I feel like the reason it was being kept secret is maybe whoever in Aetherport knows about it. Maybe they know the other things it does. We don't know much, but this stuff was... There was a creature down there. There were kobolds and an elf that was chained up, and there was a ritual being performed beneath the city, and at one point we did stop the ritual, but the creature performing it did go and sacrifice the elf. We were not able to save them, sadly, but they were sacrificed, and at that time another dagger like this was plunged into the elf, and ley line magic came from the elf and infused itself with the creature and empowered it in a way that we've not seen. And I struck out with this dagger, and I felt a little something in my feathers. They glowed. They've never looked... That's not the point. I think this does more than just block out ley line magic, and that may be why Aetherport sees it as such a high interest.
Well, that's kind of a terrifying concept, because the central government is the one that we've been sending everything to.
I mean, I don't want to be a nick about this, but I mean, are we really surprised that the government's doing shady things?
Nope.
Leave it to D&D to get political.
Well, I mean, I'm not really voicing my opinions because I have my own views on things, but, Aetherport has like 572 different parties, and, it's kind of hard to just keep allegiance to one of them, but...
What? You mean there doesn't have to be bipartisanship? This is fucking crazy.
And now I just made it canon that there's 572 fucking parties, and now I'm going to have to make
fun.
572 different political factions. Oh,
We
we
expect that written out so we can do Twitter posts on it.
Yeah, I'll get right on it.
And weirdly enough, none of those 572 Democratic or Republican, because it looks like you can function without those two. It's weird. Not that I'm saying anything. Back to the fantasy game.
So that's not really a pleasant thought right there. But
That's not sadly that's not all. The ritual they were performing, it was breaking the ground apart. I like to think that might be cause for some of the earthquakes that Ilian seems to think that you're having more frequently here in Iron's Edge, and I managed to glance down some of the cracks, and while the ritual was being performed, there was this inexplicable light beneath the ground. It was very bright, and it started to come up. But because we stopped the ritual, the light did diminish, but it was still down deep beneath the town. And if we did not clear out everything, because Ansagar here, as Trevor stated, is quite the coward. He was extremely unhelpful. He did literally nothing.
oh yeah, actually about that. Oh, what? Ansagar's a coward?
He's a phony. He's a one-trick phony pony.
Ah, jeez.
His little flashlight trick he did the other night during the siege, that's it. That's all he did. He didn't want to be in the mine from the first place. He didn't like that we were going deeper. The first dead miner that we came across, he wanted to turn around. And when we came across the ritual, he thought we should leave because it shouldn't be our problem. And we should just ignore it.
And before that, I opened a door and there was 20, maybe, kobolds in a hallway. And turning around, everyone else was readying up, but he was quite terrified. So I held the door, and the rest of the party proceeded to dispatch the kobolds. And Ansagar missed quite a
Many
few.
times.
But luckily, Hakos is quite proficient.
Oh, by Lathander's great light, I can't even believe that... Oh, how can somebody call themselves the champion of Torm and suck?
For the same reason that the Maya can portray himself as something great and obviously suck. You know, Trevor's going to have to take a barbarian level because he's getting more and more pissed off about these people.
Well, there's a lot going on, guys.
It was a busy two sessions, let me tell you.
Elian brought in so much coin that we didn't even really think to question him. There wasn't anything that we wanted for here, so nobody had reason to question what was going on. And he may be kind of a tool, but we at least had good lives here.
I have no respect for anyone who's willing to put brave people's lives on the line. That goes for him and Ansagar.
Well, now what?
The shadow was most helpful.
Oh, you met the shadow?
Met is a term, I suppose. The shadow showed up and they helped us wrangle Ansagar from ditching us in the mines, and they very much proved themselves against the ritualistic kobolds, and it was they were most helpful, and I do hope that should we need their aid again, they are able to help us defend this city and anything else that they see worth their time.
Well, I'm glad that you had the backup that you needed.
I appreciate you putting out the word.
I did what I could. You guys have proven yourselves, and I didn't want to lose you guys down there. And obviously you needed the backup because this guy didn't do much for you. So, But the question still remains. What do we do now? And can you guys go ahead and roll up a perception check for me?
Oh boy.
Oh, don't laugh like that.
I have
I never
a
know
6.
if the laugh is good or bad.
I have a 6.
Fuck, are you serious?
Yes.
God damn it, Trevor. I got an 8.
So this will actually take you by surprise, but you hear a voice behind you. And it's the Shadow's voice.
Sup.
Sup.
I fucking knew it, and I'm so mad that Brad took my thing that I was going to say.
I'm not saying that.
No, you already fucking said it. It's canon. Fuck you.
Brad
So
said
the
it.
Shadow...
Trevor did.
The Shadow is all of a sudden in the doorway. And
I really hope she heard all the praises we were singing. Well, I. Fuck you, Trevor.
she will kind of look at the three of you, Trevor, Harkos, and Jorik, and then look down at the two.
Cowards.
Well, she knew about Ansigar, but at Elian, and she looks back at you, and she pulls the top down of her mask, and you see long curly black hair, and she pulls the rest of the mask off, and it is Melia Tinleaf.
Aha!
All right.
So, fuck you, Trevor. So I'm gonna go, oh! Sup?
Sup. So, you all discovered that my husband is a piece of shit.
I think we figured that out at the brunchin', but this definitely solidified that opinion.
You're
Well?
so dreamy. Was that out loud? Oh, I'm so sorry!
It's allowed. I know I am. Well, I think that it is time for us to transfer power. Do any of you know a good lawyer? And that is where we will call it for tonight.
I'm getting such a fucking bird boner right now, man. This lady's coming in like, she's like, oh, we should transfer power. Yes, mother. Oh, she's my best friend. It goes like her, Phil, Marcus, and then Trevor. So like, it's pretty solid. No? Is that not how it should be? Is there something wrong with that? I mean, Brad's not saying anything.
Wow.
So. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, thank you everyone again for joining us at our table and giving us a listen as we plow through the early stages of double digits on our episodes. So, Brad, where can our fine followers get in touch with us?
Well, you can go to our website at www.ritgeekpodcast.com, or you can find us on Twitter at Rollin the Geek. That's ROLLINTHEGEEK. And if you have any questions, comments, or just want to talk to three guys who wish they were as cool as their characters, you can hashtag us at #RitGeek. That's #RIT Geek.
Thank you very much, Brad and Nick.
Yeah.
Nick, this week you are...
Running out of classes.
No, you can do... I got subclasses and homebrew classes and anything that I want to. So
This is true.
you...
He's the DM.
This week are the sound. I'm just going to scroll and then put my finger on something and see what it lands on.
Oh, this is fun.
Sounds like how we do our campaigns.
Class roulette right now.
And funny enough, it landed on one I haven't done yet. So this week you are the Sound Ranger. You guide
Ranger
our
Squad.
out in Shaky X.
Yes.
You, as the Sound Ranger, you lead our podcast through the treacherous swamps of sound, and your favorite enemy is trains.
Yes.
So can you?
Oh,
Can you
fuck that. I don't like this job description anymore.
Can you?
Ambuscade.
Can you please track us something to go out on?
Yeah, from up here atop the trees, I can end this episode with ease. That's we're done with 12, and so that means we're going on to 13, and you know that number is something that we were pretty sure would be unseen when we started this podcast. So Harkos and all of us here at Rolling in the Geek are very happy that you're still hanging in there with us, and we're still hanging in there with you, or attempting to. So I know a couple weeks back on our Thanksgiving one-shot that I brought up, we're going to be doing Christmas songs, and I slacked off a little bit because I got me a day job brain. But from here on out, y'all are going to have to suffer through some Christmas parodies, because I'm all about, with me being a December baby, I'm all about that Christmas music. So today's rendition is of the merry variety.
Oh boy.
I'm delivering this song via longbow, so. Dashing through the mines, trying to save the city, brought along Aunt Cigar, who knew he'd be shitty. Trevor, Harkos, Puffles, and Celarcus fought valiantly as shit. They got saved by the shadow and climbed back out of that pit. Oh, being heroes is quite hard, so is writing songs like a bard. This campaign started out all right. Now Nick and Brad get stressed on Friday nights. Being heroes is quite hard. This is what I get for lowering my guard. Kin is trying to punish us. Feel like I've been hit by a bus. This session started with betrayal. The mayor was never our pal. He went to talk with Jorik about trying to snuff us out. But we barged in real cocky and got very snarky. What Brad and Nick hate most is people being dicks to Trevor and Harkos. Oh, being heroes is a drag. I thought we'd have more time to brag, but lately all of it's been work, and fuck Ansakar, cause he's a jerk. Oh, being heroes is overrated. The brochure needs massively updated. Can't believe I'm stuck here every week recording Rolling in the Geek.
And so begins the Christmas song. I think you need to make an album.
Man, I so fucking want to. There's part of me that wants to sit down and try and see how it would sound if I just had Harkos sing Christmas songs. Like, not even make them funny, just have him sing Christmas songs. Like, get karaoke tracks, put them behind me, and have Harkos sing Christmas songs.
Well, Mildred, I might have shards of glass in my eyes I may never see again, but you know something? We're going to be YouTube famous now that we recorded that Roll in the Geek podcast spinning up, because this is the Midwest, and you know, those things only spin up every Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and also sometimes on Mondays, but not on the Lord's Day. Never on the Lord's Day.